Social innovation is achieved by those who truly believe that serious social problems can be solved, and Social Innovation Generation does just that. It generates social innovation by sharing knowledge across sectors to alter entrenched patterns and promote transformational processes. In Waterloo Region, a collaborative partnership between Social Innovation Generation, the Rare Charitable Research Reserve, and the Musagetes Foundation, with its emphasis on making the arts more central in order to promote healthier democracies and creative societies, speaks to this belief by working across boundaries of all kinds in order to address the environmental crisis that challenges our world.
And I got introduced to the people who run Rare, and because I spend my life running around the world, what I do is I talk about Rare around the world.
Right.
So everybody kind of goes, Rare, what is this Rare? And I'm telling them it looks like this, and they go, why is that important? I tell them, I mean, what is amazing is, again, is this, you know, we have these parks in the middle of London, and they're incredibly important. When you get this urban sprawl, which is happening right here, you know, it's just this protection of saying, wait a minute, you can have what used to be Canada right in the middle of this urban sprawl. It's really important to keep.
Right.
And I think, in fact, and also I just love this, because you go we only go 10 metres, you know, and suddenly it's a whole new story that I've never thought about, and it's just brilliant. Yeah, we're based in London. Cape Farewell is based in London, but this has been run by Cape Farewell Canada, by the British Council. Right. So it's all run pretty much a Canadian project. So it's just an arm out there. So all I've been watching them very closely. Right. But I came here to launch them, wish them well, hope they all come back. You know, what an opportunity for these kids. Right. Have you found out how they're chosen? Or it's quite, I mean, we basically went from province to province, so the province would then say, well, this school's, so they contacted the schools, and then the school bought into the program, and then the school would then run a program of choosing the one youngster, to the youth person, to come up with us. Okay. And that's happened in every province in Canada, plus 3 others. And the same's happened in Mexico, and the same's happened in Brazil. So, wow, isn't that amazing? They fly on tomorrow night. They fly up to Reykjavik in Iceland, and then the voyage is immediately they go across to Greenland, down the east coast of Greenland, round the bottom of Greenland, which is called Cape Farewell, and then up the west coast of Greenland, then across to Baffin Island, and spend a lot of time probably in Baffin Island, and then south, get where they end up, but then that's the end of the journey, going into northern Canada. Well, this is the big story, is that, you know, they're going up to the Arctic, which is like a really big event for them. But actually most of the story is when they get back home to whether it's Mexico, Brazil, or all over Canada. And, you know, that's what they've got to protect, not the Arctic. That's, you know, that's the big picture. And actually is to get involved with their local kind of environments, wherever they are in the world, and say, wait a minute, we've got to look after this or understand it better. And that's where they live and where the big populations live. I mean, it's a global war, it's a global issue, we're all in it. We absolutely are totally all in it. You know, we've all got to find a solution to this stuff, to climate change. And, you know, you can't suddenly say, well, I'm going to fix it here, because you can't. You know, you've got to fix it all right across. It's the first time we've had to do that as a, you know, human race.
Welcome, David, and welcome to all of you. my pleasure to have this opportunity to engage David in a conversation about his project, the Cape Farewell project, and brought him to this point. We found this whole initiative particularly interesting from the point of view of the work I'm involved in the social innovation generation at the University of Waterloo. As was mentioned, it's a pan-Canadian effort to build capacity for social innovation in this country. And it has a particular emphasis on building social ecological resilience, as well as in re-engaging vulnerable populations. As you said to me at one point, that what you felt the artist could do is something like, a mathematical model or an encounter with it, is to make it into a personal story. And a personal story is something that people can relate to, that people begin to be moved by, and hence the kind of emotion can come into it.
Yeah, I mean that in a way is the biggest interest. The problem with, from the mathematical model they put me on to the climate scientists, and the climate scientists knew we had a problem, but they couldn't get anybody, they couldn't engage anybody. Mm-hmm. So it's, what I said was, well, okay, let's find a different language in order to deal with this. Well, let's try and create that language. And in a way that goes back to the personal stories. If an artist is up in the Arctic and is confronting something quite dramatic, which is the product of climate change, a glacier moving at enormous speed, and can tell that story, you bring that story back in whatever form or artistic form they can. But also, if you youngsters, youth people are going to go up there is something amazingly emotionally powerful about witnessing a glacier tumble down into the ocean. And then you layer that with the knowledge that actually, you look at the ice cap of, say, the whole of Greenland, and you know it's under threat, and therefore you build up this really quite complex emotional knowledge or emotional feeling. And that is then embedded in a piece of art. So it becomes a personal story, and it's loaded with emotion. And if I kind of put that in front of you, then people kind of go, yeah, I get it. I know the complexity of what this is. They don't know rationally, in a way a scientific person would know rationally, the knowledge or the information that's given across, but they know it emotionally. And I think that's probably what the artist does, or what quite a powerful tool is that we've created. So we have to understand this planet that's it. There is nowhere else to go. So we better learn how to live on it.
Well, I hope this journey will give me personal understanding on the matter of climate change. And with personal understanding will come the ability to explain what I've learned to others and share that understanding. So I really just hope that the journey will be everything I imagined and even more. And the unexpected will be a wonderful experience.